Hello, everyone. Thank you all for being here this evening with me. This is Pinkie the Housewife, and I go by Pinkie on all three of my channels. Thank you all for being here with me tonight. I don't know why this song is beeping, but thank you all for being here with me tonight. Um, it's nothing heavy about what I got to do. Both stories that I'm going to do is sad stories. Uh, both of them are horrifying. They're disturbing. But I just realized I got that light on behind me. Okay. I don't like those lights on behind me. I'll turn it off in a little bit, guys. Let me go ahead and get on with the house rules first, and then we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you all for being here, though. Let me see. I want to welcome everybody to the Pink House. Thank you all for coming into the Pink House, and hit the like button if you can. Hitting that like button keeps me in the algorithm. And I'm getting ready to get up and either turn both of the lights on or turn one of them out. Okay. But go ahead and hit that like button for me while I decide on whether I want both of them on or one off. Give me 1 second. But hit that like button. That's a sure way to keep me in the algorithm. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. Subscribe to the channel, please. And then if you have subscribed to the Pinkie the Housewife channel, then you can go ahead and subscribe to my second channel, which is Pink Global. Let me show it to you. Did I turn that light on up there? Pink Global, right here. You can subscribe to that channel if you have not subscribed. And I do want to say thank you, everybody, for helping me to reach, let me get that out of the way, reach my goal. But y'all wondering what I'm doing. I'm just trying to get some stuff straight right here. Because Pinkie got to take her medicine. Because I'm always in pain. My shoulders, I did turn them both on. I turned them both on, and I don't think the light up above me is on. So I'll take care of that in a little bit. Let me do this first. Now, oh Lord, I need to turn it on. It's dark in this room. Yeah, but let me just put up a trigger warning. Trigger warning. And not just trigger warning. Let me do both of them. When I say both, let me just, and because we have some graphic content, it may be disturbing to some, but not all. It may be disturbing, so I do want to put that up there. Guys, I need to turn some lights on up there. I will do. Up above me. I don't feel like it. I really don't. But I'll do it in just a little bit. Let me ask, can everybody hear me okay? If you all can hear me okay, just go ahead and put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me just fine. All right. I don't know what's. I think it may be sooner without the light up above. But I may need a candle. A candle would do me just fine. I may have somebody come and light a candle for me. Thank you, Sweet Tea, for that. Let me just go ahead, and we got Sweet Tea in the house today. She said she's number 2 coming in the door. Okay. In the bushes, because I have work tomorrow and I'm already in bed. Ooh, okay. You go ahead and go to in bed, Sweet Tea. Just listen, because horrifying story. I'm going to go ahead and get the update about David and Celeste out of the way, I'm thinking. And the other story is gonna take mind. It's gonna take your mind. You're gonna have to wrap your mind around it. Okay, that's what you're gonna have to do. Pinkie, like the video and thank you. You're welcome. Janetta speaks. Thank you, Janetta, for being here. Thank you so much. And let me see who all we got in the bushes. Let me just see who all I got in the bushes and everything. Trying to find. Okay, here's one. Okay, let me find the other one. Okay, I got them both. Okay. Let me just do something. Make sure. Okay, I'm just doing this, guys, to make sure that everything is okay. All right. The second story is really horrifying. You know what I mean? It's going to take your mind. You're going to have to wrap your mind around it. So that's why I'm going to go ahead and get Kathy out of the way. Not Kathy. Oh, Lord, I'm thinking about the Diddy. Go ahead and get, I'm going to go ahead and get Celeste and David out of the way. And then we'll move on. All right. I don't like this dark light. I just thought about that. I'll take care of it later, though. Let me go ahead and get them on out of the way, guys, because when I say it's terrible, it's terrible. It's just terrible. This, y'all saw the thumbnail. You saw the thumbnail. There it is. It says, this is a Virginia. She's a woman, a mother and everything. And she lives in Virginia, right? Her own son. This is her own son. Her own son. I'm not going to even see what he did. This is her son. So that's why we got the okay. Okay. I'm trying to put my brains around it because it's a hard one. All right. I had the story for let me see, how long have I had? About a week sitting. I was, because so much other stuff be popping off all the time, you don't get a chance to. Like I got other stories sitting and, so that's why I'm thinking if I go live tonight, so in the morning, I can get the other stuff out of the way. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm live tonight. So I can try to get caught up with all these stories. I got so many stories. I even got stories I need to let loose on some people from Love and Marriage Huntsville. I don't cover the story because I don't watch the show, but I've been having some stuff held over for a long time, and it's time to get it out of my treasure box, my hot take box, in my box where I've been keeping everything. Oh, yes, I've been keeping all this information. I don't like these lights on behind me. I really don't, guys. And I think I'd rather have the one on up there and cut. But I get up when I get a chance. Let me go ahead and, oh, do I really want? Okay. And I know today we was watching, we was listening to the last portion of it was about, I think it was, yeah, Celeste and David's story. And we left off at, which is 40, we're supposed to pick up at 43 minutes and 27 seconds. And that would probably take us just a few minutes to finish the rest of that. Hi, Justice. How you doing? Thank you for being here. Just as I was just mentioning that where we left off on the video with David and Celeste, and I wrote down that we would pick up or start at 43 minutes and 27 seconds. And I don't think that was, we had that much to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with it. And because I'm gonna pick up from them, because that second story about for anybody just came in, this second story here is just hard. So that's why I want to end with this one here. I want to go ahead and end with that story, because that's gonna take some mind power. Oh, so let me go ahead and just finish up with David and Celeste. Let me try to see whether I can find where we left off at. No, that's not it. Give me 1 second. I'm just looking for it, guys. Mm-hmm. Oh, it seems like I'm going to have to go ahead and start at the other one first, because is this it? No, that's another. I didn't move it. That's what I'm looking for. I just left it sitting. I'm trying to find it. I left it sitting, so I got it somewhere here. Okay, I didn't find it there. Okay. Nope. So I'm going to go back here and let me just, you know what? I got it on my other video where we left the name of it. I can't remember. I'm just going to pull it up from here. The name of so I can just type it in, because I don't have it written down, guys. My last video I just did, it's on there. It's in the credits under my video. Here it is. See? That's all I just needed to do. It's on the credits. That's all I needed to do, guys. Let me just give me 1 second. I'm just trying to get it pulled up for everybody. Let's see. Let me just make sure it's the same title. Okay, here it is. Wait now. We stopped at 43 minutes and 27 seconds. Guys, this only had that was at the end of it. I'll show you. We was at the end. I'm going to show it to you. We was at the end. Okay, so let me just take this down here right quick, guys. When I paused it, I did a pause on it, right? And I didn't know we was already at the end. So that means, let me just show it to you. I had to go back into my my live I did this morning and look under credits. gosh, my shoulder is hurting. Thank God I just took pain medicine. Okay, here it is. This was with Dateline, right? No, this was with, let me see, who was that? This was with Court TV. Okay. It's 43 minutes and 27 seconds. We was at the end. See? We got all here.
Immediately recognize it. So he was touring. He has, I believe he's a multi.
Thank you so much for joining us. Mahogany is staying with us. We are going to talk more about murdered.
To lose a child, there's no words for it.
Now the victim's boyfriend
that law enforcement is going to get. So whether it's David or someone who had access to David's vehicle and put that body in there, it's probably just a matter of days before we get an arrest by LAPD.
What I'm going to do, just let that last ending play, because I stopped it and I didn't know we was at the end anyway. But I'm going to just let this last ending play, and then there is some additional news that did come out about it. Yes. Hi, Sonny Bunny. Thank you for being here. You're looking and sounding great. Thank you for being here. Pinkie, send you information on Mama possibly pay off after one run away by child. What? Mama possibly paid off after one of the run away by child. Okay. Hi, Sonny Bunny. Thank you for being here. Okay. Sent you information. Okay. Let me just let this play while I look. Thank you, Justice. Okay. I'm going to turn my lights on in just a minute. Okay. Let this play for me.
Yeah, that's interesting information about the size of that frunk, because we don't know the details beyond severe decomposition. Dismembering has been sort of thrown around, but we don't know if she was inside intact or in part. And you mentioned the camera in the front. It likely would be, and if we look at the photograph, just based on what the manual says about where that camera is located, I'm understanding it's not actually on the front itself, as in it wouldn't go up and you wouldn't be able to see anything after that. It's actually below on the grill. So it would be able to see perhaps someone walking up. Is that right? Is it motion detected so that it starts recording immediately?
It is, and there's different modes. Oftentimes people with Teslas have their Sentry mode. So if anyone goes near the car, it's going to record it. That's going to be an event that is going to be captured on the camera. Now, obviously, you can turn that off. You don't have to have it record all the time. Like anything else, there's privacy settings. But if there is a triggering event, the electronic data is going to record it automatically, whether you want to or not. And that vehicle, before it's impounded, reportedly had a dent in it as well. So maybe that's information that's going to come. And speaking of cameras, today it was reported by the homeowner who owned the home that David was renting that there's cameras all throughout that home on the exterior. So we're going to know who came into and out of that house. Again, it's just a matter of time. I expect the culprit here, it could be David, it could be someone else entirely, we don't know, to be caught on camera, whether it's a Tesla camera, home, Ring camera, or some other type of camera. It's just a matter of time before the perpetrator is brought to justice.
Nima, you're there on the West Coast, so I got to ask you this about how the LAPD often handles things. I was an investigative reporter in Florida. We had sunshine laws. You could get police reports pretty quickly. California, particularly the LAPD, I feel like they're a little different in how they release information to the public. Can you attest to that?
Yes, I can. I live and work in Los Angeles, and I used to work for City Hall in LA. I have a lot of respect for LAPD, but I'm going to be very honest. They are not transparent and forthcoming when it comes to investigations, particularly a murder case. So we may get that camera video some point down the road after someone's arrested and charged. We might see it when the case goes to trial, right? Maybe it's a trial we'll be covering live here on Court TV. But to get information out of LAPD through a Public Records Act request or a subpoena, it's not going to happen while the case is pending. And LAPD, and again, I say this with all due respect, they're so backed up right now. Even in a traffic collision case, it can take more than 6 months to get a report from them, something that rises nowhere near a murder. That's unfortunately one thing that we're dealing with in the city of LA. There's a significant delay when it comes to reports. And even when they do have the evidence, they're not really forthcoming when it comes to the public. They really fight providing that tooth and nail. You do have to litigate it to get it.
So they may be delayed in terms of just their own reporting, but Tesla has to turn this over, I'm assuming. What do you think that process is like? And if it's recorded in the vehicle, is that going up into a cloud somewhere?
Potentially, yes. If it's something that recorded, Tesla may have it. But again, that USB in the glove compartment, that's going to be critical evidence. Law enforcement needs to get that right away, do a download, because again, it's going to have a full download, not just of the video, but all the events, when the door was open, when it was closed. And again, if you're talking about the frunk, it's not really easy to open. It's not something that you typically use. Most people put, if you have any groceries or anything, in the back, because the frunk, it's almost like a trunk of your vehicle. Let's say you have a gas car and you want to pop the hood to check the engine. It's essentially like that, except that space is empty and smaller. So you can place items there, but it's not something that you're typically using because of where it's located and the size. We're going to be able to know when that frunk was open, and that's going to be key evidence because obviously there's been reports that the body.
It's going to be huge. Absolutely. Nima Rahmani, thank you so much for all of your legal analysis this hour. We so appreciate it. We have to go for now, but we are wondering, could this investigation blur the line between freedom of speech with an artist who's expressing themselves in a creative way, or is this the case of an artist mirroring violent tendencies through their music and videos? The one thing we do know for sure, a young girl lost her life all too soon in a tragic manner. And the biggest question that remains in this case, will justice be served for Celeste Rivas Hernandez? I'm Julia Janae. We'll keep digging for answers as the investigation continues.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. That's what we was when we left off this morning after watching it this morning. Okay. Thank you, Justice. I got it. Okay. I just checked my Instagram. I got it. Okay. Let me get comfortable. Okay, guys. So also let me go ahead and give you all the newest update I got on it. And then we're going to get to this other matter. Oh my God. When I say it is horrifying, it is horrifying. Oh, this one. Okay. It is horrifying. Now, I'm just trying to keep this thing the way it's supposed to be. Okay. Let me see. TMZ just dropped some new information on it. Let me just check. They just dropped some new information. They did that when I was eating. I was sitting down eating after the live and stuff, and I happened to see this, and I said, no, I can't do this right now. And I looked at it and I said, I need to go live and talk about it, but no, I got the rest. Okay, here it is. I think this is the latest. Okay, yeah, I think this is it. Inside source reveals shock. Okay, yes, this is it. This is from TMZ, but I got to make sure I do it in a way because you can't just use their stuff like that. Okay, there's a way to do things. Okay, wait now. Oh, just give me 1 second. This 1 hour ago. Okay, wait, guys. Somebody just okay. TMZ, you ain't going nowhere right now. This is just 1 hour ago. So TMZ, that was a few hours while I was eating. So this is just 1 hour ago. Let me pull up and see what they're talking about right quick. Okay. So we're gonna see what just give me 1 second. I'm gonna put up the caption because the reason why I put my caption up, guys, just say not, you know, I want to be fair about this. When I say fair, not everybody can hear the same. You know what I mean? Some people can hear as well as others. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I want everybody to be able to enjoy my content. So in order to do that, a lot of times when I have the videos up and things like this, I'll put up the caption on it. So just in case, if for some reason they don't understand what the person is saying or they can't hear it or anything, but they can see the words and they can follow along as well. So I want everybody to be able to enjoy my content. Okay? Not everybody with perfect hearing. Somebody may not can hear just fine, but they may not be able to hear this, or something could be wrong with their system, their laptop or some phone where they can't hear it, but they can read along. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I put it up a lot of times. Okay. Just to say okay. Oh, what is that, Demetrius? FN, hello, G Mom. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Welcome to the Pink House. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and this is with E! News, okay? And this is, they got, I'll just pull it on up and let you see it for yourself, guys. This is just 1 hour ago. And then we'll go and get back to TMZ, okay? So this is what police seized from the home, allegedly, to tie David to the unaliving investigation of Celeste, okay? So we're getting ready to watch, and this is just 1 hour ago. So thank you so much. Thank you for subscribing. We got a new member. Let me go. You know what? Since you're just new here, I'm going to go ahead and welcome you with our music. Let me just do this.
I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't want to go to work because my boss is a jerk and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life because I don't feel alive and there's nothing that makes me happy. Oh, hold my beer for.
And you won't believe this. You're the first one I did that music for. I just want to brighten up your spirit for coming in and subscribing. And also the mood, because we got both stories I got to do tonight is a little hard. Okay. And I think everybody's been taking that Celeste hard because she was just a child. She was just a child. I don't care what anybody says. She's not a grown woman. She's not a lady. And because I heard one man kept saying a woman, a lady. I just went crazy. It's like, she's a child. Stop saying that. You know. And then he had to say the word consent. How can a child consent to anything? They barely know what they want, milk or orange juice in the morning. Do you want milk or orange juice? I don't know. So she's not a woman. She's a child. Oh, I hate when men say stuff like that. Ugh. I wonder, did he have any kids? Do you have any kids? If not, stop saying that. If you do, would you call your child at 11 years old, 12 and 13 and 14 years old, a woman, a lady? It's okay for her to be fooling around with a grown man. You know what I mean? So no. Okay, here we go. We're going to go ahead and remember, I did put the trigger warning up. Okay, guys, here we go. And this is only 1 minute and 59 seconds, just say 2 minutes long.
New details have emerged in the investigation into the death of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Following the September 8th discovery of the 15-year-old's body in the front trunk of a Tesla that was registered to singer David, detectives served a search warrant for the Hollywood Hills property where the vehicle was near before it was towed to a local impound lot, according to the Los Angeles Times. Law enforcement sources with knowledge of the case, but not authorized to speak publicly, told the outlet that investigators recovered various items from the Sunset Boulevard home, including electronics and computers. David, whose real name is David Anthony Burke, does not own the property, but had allegedly been staying at the rental home before beginning his world tour at the start of the summer, law enforcement sources had previously told ABC News. E-News has reached out to the LAPD, but has not heard back. Authorities are still piecing together the connection between Rivas Hernandez and David, with the Times stating that the case is being investigated by robbery homicide detectives with the Los Angeles Police Department. At this time, the LAPD hasn't named a person of interest or a suspect in the case. A spokesperson for David told NBC News on September 17th that the 20-year-old is, quote, fully cooperating with authorities. The singer also canceled the remainder of his tour dates, with no concerts currently showing on his website. Rivas Hernandez's body was first discovered at the impound lot when police were called due to foul odor coming from a vehicle. The body was identified as the teen who had been reported missing on April 5th, 2024 from Lake Elsinore, California, a city approximately 70 miles away from Los Angeles. She was 13 years old at the time of her disappearance. Her cause of death was deferred according to records from the medical examiner's office viewed by E-News on September 17th, with the date of her death listed as September 8th, the day her body was discovered.
Okay, guys. Whew. Hi, Miss D. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much, and welcome to the Pink House tonight. All right. So that was short, but let me go ahead. I wanted to get into TMZ. That's what I really wanted to get into. Let me just do this so I won't forget. Okay. Let me get TMZ right quick. Because, you know, TMZ, actually, they've been on the story since the beginning. Since the very beginning. I want to make sure I got it right. And we talked about it earlier today, so I'm just going to bring you up to speed with TMZ, okay? Because they was talking about it. As soon as we got off and I was eating, then TMZ comes on with this story. And I'm thinking, I really want to go live, but no, I need to rest. And that's what I did. So here we go. This is TMZ. This is 9 hours ago, okay? Inside source. And I did listen to it. Let me just do something. I did listen to it. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me do something right quick. And we're going to be watching this while I got to put something back.
TMZ Live, we have some new information connected to this case of the girl who was found dead in the back of singer David's Tesla.
Celeste Rivas, the 15-year-old.
And everything we're seeing, and we know law enforcement is currently working on this, is that her pattern of running away was a real signal to law enforcement that something they're looking at, that she came from what they're calling a troubled home.
Right. And we have information about how many times she went missing in early 2024. And it definitely paints a picture of someone who was clearly, for whatever reasons, trying to get away from her home. We know that in early 2024, in January, she went missing.
The cops found her in Hollywood, which is interesting because David now is living in Hollywood, but they took her back home where she lives in Lake Elsinore with her family. That's 70 miles from downtown Los Angeles, quite a ways.
Yes, and so she was home for a time, but then went missing again, and at least 2 more times went missing that spring into summer. And as we now know, when her family lost contact with her in May of 2024. That's the last time her mother had contact with her. We know that because we spoke to her mother last week. Information we shared with the police, and then
Which ultimately led them to identify her because she had told us that she had a boyfriend named David, and also this tattoo. And it helped, I think, authorities identify Celeste. Now, we are told at least twice law enforcement in Riverside County got involved in trying to track Celeste down. And as a matter of fact, Evan, her sister also actually started canvassing the neighborhood at one point looking.
No, totally. I think there's been a lot of criticism, at least online, at the family of like why they didn't do anything, why they didn't look for her. But in this instance, I spoke to a owner of a liquor store that's down the street from where Celeste was living in Lake Elsinore. He knew a lot of the kids in the neighborhood, including Celeste and her family, because the bus stop for school was right in front of his liquor store. He said last March 19th, Celeste's sister actually came into his liquor store.
A year ago, March.
This is March 2024.
Right.
So came into his liquor store looking for her because she had gone missing, and asked if he could look at his surveillance cameras to see if he saw her leaving. He looked back and saw her at 7 a.m. Walking and then running across the street and getting into a car. It was too far, so he couldn't tell what model of the car it was or who was in the car, but he knew Celeste and he knew that that was her that was leaving. So this was one of the times that she had ran away.
And so one of the things we know.
Now, did y'all just hear that? That the bus stop was in front of near his store, right in front of the store, but she was walking to the other direction, and then she decided to go across the street. So that means allegedly David was already there waiting on her, knowing that she got to go to school. So mom and dad won't think anything, and she, would not suspect nothing, because by the time they suspect, it'll be way over in the evening time. They probably think she's just hanging out with friends and haven't made it home yet from school. That gives them a long enough time to get her where she needs to be in his car and situated at his house or wherever. I'm assuming she was probably staying at his house, but the fact that she runs across the street, so she already knew the car he was going to be pulling up. He already knew that she was going to be when to pick her up in the morning before she get across from the bus near the liquor store, or the store, whatever the store is, whatever type of store that is. And her sister had, thank God, enough sense to go and ask the store owner, can she look at or can he look at the videotape, the surveillance tape, to see whether she was there or what happened to her. And thank God he did, to say that she got into a car. But he couldn't tell what type, we don't remember, or could tell what type of car it is or whatever. That's smart of the sister. I wonder why the mama didn't do it. But I'm not saying why the police didn't do it. Police have a way of zooming in on a car from on a video camera. You know what I mean?
What? And this we know that.
Y'all know what I mean? Police have a way of zooming in and zooming out and doing things where they can tell what type of car it is, or a license plate, or get some identifying information off that car. I don't know. They need to make a press conference. That's all I got to say.
Law enforcement is looking at is that how did Celeste kind of traverse Hollywood this way multiple times? And they say she had numerous fake IDs that made her appear older than she actually
is. And I think he was the one that set her up on getting those fake IDs. You know why I say that? Because she's a child, right? You got to have money to get fake IDs. They're not gonna make fake IDs because you got a cute little face. You're cute and you're a child. They're not gonna make a fake ID for you for no reason at all. It got to be somebody old enough to understand and know where to go and how to pay. Know where to go, and who to contact. So she didn't, and I think somebody else knew about the fake IDs, not just David, but I think somebody hit him up or told him where to go, who to see, and everything. Could be manager. I'm not sure. I'm not saying. I'm just that's allegedly, and I'm just thinking out loud. Just my personal opinion. Just my own idea, opinion. But just saying, I'm not saying put no name to nobody. I didn't call nobody's name. That's why I said I didn't say a name. I just said could be a manager. No, I don't know, but just saying.
Which would seem to track with the fact that she's going to events with David and going into nightclubs, things like that. You would have to be at the very least 18. So that would make sense where they're having fake IDs.
And she looks, they found her body a day before her 15th birthday. So she was 14.
Right.
And, but she looks older than 14. So it may be just that the appearance may have allowed her with these fake IDs.
Right.
By the way, this is in no way any justification for anything. I mean, it is horrific that
when they said she looked older than 14, let me just say this. Kids nowadays, they look older. I don't know, is it the milk or the food? They just look older, okay? And if you're hanging around a grown man, you're going to look older. You're going to dress older. You know what I mean? And then, good example, even my grandson, when he first came from the hospital, day one, he didn't look like a newborn. And still today, they don't think, when he was 2 weeks old, they thought he was about 3 or 4 months old or 6 months old. And we had to keep telling him no. And even our attorney did not believe he was 2 weeks old. He thought we know, even my husband, he didn't believe my husband. My baby Phoenix looks older. Phoenix looks older. Only person that still looks like a kid in my family is my baby girl, my youngest daughter. She looks like she's about 15 or 16 years old. And she always have. Everybody thinks she's a baby. And I guess because she talks that way too. I don't know. That's her voice. She talks like a little baby. And she got a little teenage voice, a little kitty voice. But also, she looks like she's about 15 or 16. And she's not. She's not. Okay? So you can look older, but that don't mean you're old. I have to get on people all the time about when they talking about me. I don't know why. And I think they want me to be their age for some reason. It just pisses me the F off. Oh, it's like, I don't know. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to curse. Okay.
What happened to her. And the timeline of this becomes really, really important because she disappeared. And then the question is, when did she die? If she was killed, when was she killed?
Right.
And, we know the body was badly decomposed.
Right. And remember, the body was discovered in the Tesla in that impound yard on September 8th.
No, I believe it was the 5th because it was over the weekend.
They discovered the body on Monday the 8th in the impound yard, but the car had been towed there on the 5th.
It had been abandoned for more than 3 days on a residential street in the Hollywood Hills near where David was staying.
So at some point that week before the 5th is when
but the question is,
the body would have been placed in the car.
The question is when. Now, there is a video going around, and the video is a concert that David had
on August either 23rd or 24th in Silver Springs, Maryland. The video is going around online. People are looking at this because there's a woman in the balcony who David actually acknowledges at one point.
Now, see that lady? Oh, let me move this here out of the way first. Okay, this is the picture that they're talking about. Let me just go back just a little bit so y'all can see that picture. Okay, you're gonna see her. She's up in the balcony. She's right over the man that's standing behind David. There's a balcony. You see what a greenery is behind those. You see David and then 2 other men. The man that's on the top stage. There's a young girl a girl standing beside another man. She got on a black top and light colored jeans. That is like a halter top and everything. And sad to say, they said when the body was found, if I'm not mistaken, and if I am, I'll take it back. The body was found, when it was found, badly decomposed, had on a black halter top like that. Telling y'all, I'm telling you, who knows? I may be in the middle of my life tomorrow, and they may be getting ready to have an arrest going down. I don't know. They may be getting ready to do like they did Diddy Place, coming in there with the SWAT team and everything. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna do that. But they fooling with a dangerous person, because a crazy person, a deranged person. Because who got the nerves and the stomach to cut off your legs and your arm, and then wrap the torso and the head up and put it in a plastic and put it in a car, and then got the legs and arms, I don't know, in a different place? Oh my God. And then go on with a married life, just having a ball doing, if it is him. I'm not saying it is, because everybody is proven they're innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. So, but I'm just saying, I'm just speculating. If it is him, he's got to be psychotic in the mind, because there's no way you can go and do tour after tour and singing and being everywhere and popping up everywhere and all over the street, and you did that. I guess doing those videos, playing house with dragging bodies and putting bodies in trunks and blood splatter all over your shirt and everything, and singing about death and talking about how you want to unalive somebody. Oh, I guess that's good practice. I guess he had all the mental practice that he needs. Oh my God. But that's the person that they're talking about.
Had on August either 23rd or 24th in Silver Springs, Maryland.
Right there, you can see her. You see that girl right there at the top, guys? Okay, I just want to make sure y'all can see her. That's the video that a lot of people have been talking about today. A lot of people have been talking about that video. Whew. Okay, here we go. We're not going to stop no more.
The video is going around online. People are looking at this because there's a woman in the balcony who David actually acknowledges at one point that some people think is Celeste. And the reason they're zeroing in on that is because it closes that it would, if it were her, close the window of time dramatically for when she was killed. It would be sometime between the 24th
that looks just
and
like
September.
Her. Look, guys. What do you all think? I really want you all to put that in the chat. What do you all think? I really, really do think this looked like her. That face. Look at the face. Oh, look at the way she got her hair. And look at where her hair stops at across the front, like a long vein that hangs down to her cheeks or past her cheeks. That girl got the same thing. If the FBI and these detectives, they supposed to know what they supposed to do. They know their job. I'm not going to say nothing else.
Or, third, fourth, or fifth.
So when you look at the picture, there is a similarity.
There's a similarity.
And the other thing that is interesting is she's wearing a black tube top. That is what
the police said, or the medical examiner actually
she was wearing when they discovered her body in the Tesla. So, there are similarities in this picture for sure. And there are people who believe that it's Celeste. Now, we have a source connected to the case who is saying that is not Celeste.
Right. And so if that is not Celeste, it really doesn't it doesn't add any information as far as when she was killed.
That source could be wrong. That source could be trying to divert attention away from that person. I think that person is wrong. You can't tell me that's not that girl. You're gonna have to give me more evidence. You're gonna have to show me that girl's picture. If that's the girl up there. Why don't they produce that girl? Let that girl come out and say, that was me standing up there. She ain't got to have nothing to do with him. Just clarify that was not her. Say that was you standing up there. Okay? If that is not the girl, produce that girl. Let that girl be in a press conference. Let that girl speak out and say that was me up there. That's the only way I'm gonna believe it. Because no, you can't tell me that. I'm sorry, I don't believe them. Everybody got their personal opinion. I don't believe that source. Source can lie too.
And at this point, we're, still waiting for the police to give us some more information. We know that yesterday they did return Celeste's body to her family, which if they're doing that, that certainly means
they've
that at the very
completed their
least,
investigation.
They've done all the tests that they're going to do.
And I will say this: a lot of people are wondering how could the body be this badly decomposed, especially if it was a short period of time?
Right.
Because the thing everybody's wondering is, how does a body end up in his Tesla where it's just parked on a residential street that's fairly busy and trafficked?
As far as the decomposition, it doesn't have to be necessarily a very long time that the body was in there, because
it was very hot in LA,
and it's sitting in the trunk of a black car here in Los Angeles
for more than 3 days.
Right.
At least more than it could have been longer than that.
Right.
But we know it was more than 3 days. And so, the court, look, real talk here. The medical examiner and the police are unusually quiet in this case.
Yeah.
And we have covered many, many cases with LAPD over 20 years. And, they do hold their cards close to the vest, but there's wiggle room there. People talk. Nobody's
talking this time.
Nobody is talking. And it's just really unusual how they're playing this case.
Yeah, definitely.
They have not said yet if they have a suspect. They certainly haven't announced it publicly. That doesn't mean they don't have one, but they haven't announced.
But they're not sharing. And it's almost like they want to make sure they have all the I's dotted and the T's crossed, and they're not sharing anything.
Or they don't know.
Or they don't know anything at all yet, which, wow, with all the investigation they've done, that would be really shocking.
There are some just odd things in this case.
Yeah.
Okay, we are going to move on.
Yeah, shifting gears now to yes, big time to.
Okay, so they're shifting gears to another story, but that's with TMZ. Now, if you want to go and hear that again, watch it again, that information, like all information that I always do after my videos, I put the source down under my video in the description box. It would have credit there, and it names that source and the title. Okay, so you can go back and watch it yourself. Now we're gonna move on. Okay, thank you all for that. We're gonna go ahead and move on. Let me get this and move on out of the way. Okay, now here comes the story at hand. Okay, this story is heartbreaking. Very, very heartbreaking. Okay, this is a mother. Y'all can see her there. She's a mother. The guy, that Melvin O'Neill, that is her son. That is her son. A sick, deranged demon of a son. I only call people demons when I see that, when they got a demon spirit, and that's a demon spirit. Okay, I'm not talking about him. I didn't call him no bad names. I just said demon. Okay, and he wore that word demon well. Okay, he wore it well, going across his chest on his shirt. Okay, that's his. He was arrested. That's his mugshot you all see on the left with the, I don't know what says across his eye on his forehead. I don't know what that is, and I ain't got time to try to figure it out. Okay, but he may look like he got some sense on this picture. That food is crazy. Now, I talk about a lot of crazy folks. But that's a crazy, that's crazy. Okay. He's deranged. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a psychologist. I'm none of those things. I'm a housewife. But in my mind, that man is crazy and deranged. Okay? If I ever seen a demon, there's a demon. That demon spirit, that demonic spirit had to come out of him. Because would nobody do what he did to his mother? A God-fearing woman at that. The mother was praying for him. And she knew that he was a RAPE, that he did the RAPE to a lot of other women. And she was trying to get him help. She was trying to save her son. She was trying to save him. She was trying to get him help. But I guess it didn't work. Because the fool, the demon, turned around and did the same thing to her. This is the mom. You see that? I want everybody to see this. The reason why I had a face covered here with the word mother over her eyes, because I had it on my thumbnail. If you want to see what she looked like without the blindfold of mother going across her face, you had to come to the live. Because on both of my thumbnails, I got her face covered. Okay? But in order to see that, you would have to come to the live to see it. That is painful. Look at her. Her forehead is swollen. Both of her eyes are shut and swollen. She got black eyes. Her jaw is swollen. She is in bad shape. He tried to unalive her. And that's what he was yelling at her when he was doing all that. And then when he got through with that, he decided he'd just have his way with his own mother. Now that's so sadistic. Think you're going to have to live with that for the rest of your life. When a stranger would force himself on you, that's traumatic. But when your own child, he didn't just try to unalive his mother. He tried to make sure she would never forget what she did. Only thing she did is went on to Facebook and, asked her, all the Facebook family and friends or whoever she see on Facebook to pray, the Facebook community to pray for her son. And that outraged him because you couldn't have been upset to do what he did. So he had to be in a state of rage to do what he did. Upset don't do this to you. Mad at you don't do that. Just being upset don't do that to their own mother. You got to be in a fit of rage. You have to be to the point of no return. You have to be evil as evil can get. Some people, you don't fool with their mama. There are people out there that run the street. There are gangsters out there. There are gangs out there and everything else. And people that don't care, they don't let you mess with their mama. You go messing with their mama, they would have a fit on you. You want to make it two streets down. You don't fool with a person's mother or mama or my dear or my granny. You don't fool with a mama. I don't care whether it's a grandmama, an old mama, a young mama, a teenage mama. You don't fool with nobody's mama. When you fool with a person's mama or start talking about somebody's mama, that's like playing the dozens. You get hurt. That's what they call it in the South. You playing the dozen. You get hurt. Sometimes you get hurt where you be snuffing up dirt in your nose. Sometimes you get hurt where you don't come back from it. You've been on a permanent state of laying flat on your back for the rest of your life. You play with people's mama. And for this fool, this demon, to do what he did to his mother, that's past no return. Nobody's going to respect him in prison. Not nobody going to respect him even in the jail, and when he get into prison, nobody is going to respect him. I don't care how many years he's there. He might not even make it a week in prison. If he is, he's going to turn out to be somebody's beat. And they're going to be putting a punishing on him the last of lifetime. And when that person gets through with him, it's a lot of more in there that's real big and bad that's going to take care of him. So, mama, you ain't got to worry about a thing. I know you're probably still going to be praying for him and everything because that's your boy. But your boy did wrong. And the people in the jailhouse and the prison, especially when he get in prison, they're going to take care of him. I don't even have to know that because that's what they do. You don't fool with nobody's mama. You don't fool with nobody's kids. And even the baddest mobsters and monsters and people out there, I tell you, you leave kids and women alone. You don't fool with kids and women. Anybody else, you're good. You come in there and did something to kids or women or a woman, that's it. That's it. You getting ready to bow down. You getting ready to go down. You're going to be bowing down for the rest of your life until you get out of there. Okay. This is just the all-time low. This is just the all-time low. Let me go ahead and get this story started, guys. I just can't take it. I really can't take it when it comes to this story. It just brings. Oh, let me just do this right quick, guys. I don't know why I can't get the hit. I don't know why. Oh, let me go ahead and bring. We're gonna talk about Diddy tomorrow, guys. Y'all know Diddy sentencing is October the 3rd at 10 o'clock next month. We're gonna talk about him, but I understand that something went on in the courts today with him. So we're gonna just do a little commentary on him, and then we're gonna continue. And I got a good story for y'all tomorrow. Okay, but let's go ahead and let me bring this to you right now. Okay, let me bring it to you. Because I'm just talking about it got me hot under the collar, making me want to jump on somebody. Y'all know I don't fight. Y'all know I'm an angel. Okay, here we go, guys. This is this information would be down in my description box below my video, like everything else. Okay. Now, this is the mother right here. Her name is Trina. I think it's Trina. Trina, I think it's Trina. Yeah, Trina Daniels. Her name is Trina. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get into it, and then we can watch a video on it too as well. But let's get into it. Okay, you can see her pictures. It's just devastating. He put his own mother in the hospital. and they don't give you a gown and all that in a room unless they keeping you. And you can see that she been there for a while because she got her cups there with her straws in it. She even got a sweater on. She must have been there for a while because he tried to make sure she don't breathe no more. Okay. And this is courtesy media takeout staff. And this is a Virginia mom praised on Facebook for her son accused of raping. Okay, I'm saying raping, but R-A-P-E. Then sons R-A-P his mom. All because of a Facebook post that she made, asking for people to pray for this ninja. This demon, her son. Okay, a Virginia woman was brutally beaten in SEX, assaulted by her own son, just days after she went on social media and asked people to pray for her son, who was accused of multiple, not one, but multiple RAPE in the past. Multiple. He's a sick person, guys. He's a sick one here. Okay. The Virginia woman, Trina Daniels, revealed on Facebook this weekend that she was the victim of a horrific crime against her, allegedly at the hands of her own son, Virginia wrote. And that's his mugshot right there, guys. On Saturday, January the 7th, 2023, May 30th, her son, Melvin O'Neill, visit mom's home at 8:30 a.m. So he came in the morning. Mom must be an early person that gets up early, because 8:30 is a little early for me. I'm still sleeping. But he comes to his mom's house at 8:30 in the morning. And she said, we laughed and talked, then argued. Then my son, yes, my son that I gave birth to. This is not an adoption. This is not a grandson. This is somebody that she birthed out of her womb, that she carried in her stomach for months, 9 months. How do you cut off the feelings or the affection that you have for your mother, to do something like this to your mother? How can your mind go there? How can you take your mind there where you would do something like this to the woman that gave birth to you? You see what I'm saying? Yes, my son that I gave birth to lured me into the bathroom. He lured her into the bathroom. Y'all see that? Y'all hear that? So he was planning this. This is something he planned to do, because he was upset. Not upset, he was outraged, in a fit of rage. Had to be, because you can't do this unless you're in a fit of rage. Being mad don't get you there. Being upset don't get you there. You got to be in a fit of rage. Be deranged in the head. For me, lured me to the bathroom. Then he beat me with his fist, saying he was going to beat me dead, to my death. He gonna beat me death. I guess that's supposed to be my death instead of me death. My death. Oh my God. He also did. He beat me, then sex me. He S-A his own mother. She didn't say he groped her. He rubbed on her, tried to touch her, or just fondled her, or put his thing near her. He actually had intercourse, forced himself on his mother. That's a deranged son of a gun. Melvin O'Neill, Norfolk. Date 1 January the 8th. Now there's 5 different slides to this thing, okay? But we're going to stay on this one for right now. If you want to see all the slides, You can go and look at them yourself, okay? And it says, now this is not his first time doing something like this. He had multiple, and his mother knew. That's why she went on to Facebook. That's why she went on to Facebook asking people to pray for her son. And this is how he repay her. Because I guess he didn't want nobody to know what he was doing, except for the police that arrested him, and then the rest of the police officers and the victim. He's trying to keep it her shirt so he can keep doing what he's doing. He didn't expect mama to care enough and then love him enough to say, will y'all help me to pray for my son? Okay? And you see, it says simple assault against family member, and that's his mom. Okay? And then it got a number beside it, and y'all can go and look that up. And then it got another one that says stab, cut, wound with malicious intent. That means he's cut and stabbed somebody, and it was on purpose. Okay? And then the other one you say, it says by force, threat, mental incap, helplessness of victim age 13 plus. Oh gosh, he did a 13-year-old. We just got through talking about the true Celeste, because she was a child at 13. Then at 14, she was 13 years old. She was 11, 12, 13, 14 when David was grooming her. She was groomed. And then unalived at 14. And this man got a thing for underage kids as well. 13. Y'all see that? 13. Victim age 13. And then he got another one, by force, mental threat, incapable, helplessness of victim age 13 again. He got that, they got that 3. They got it as number 3, number 4. And then if you go on to the other pages, you can see that, okay? Carjacking. So that means he's a bad guy. You're going to be carjacking people. I doubt if one of them little kids, 13 years old, was driving. This man is bad. The mother continued saying, I trusted that my son would never do that to me or anyone. But you already knew he was he's a multiple time RAP person. He's a pedophile. He's a groomer of little kids and other women. You already knew this. But I'm not blaming her. I would never blame the mother, because the mother had enough love to ask people to pray for her son. She wasn't shying away to saying that that's not my son, or putting him in a closet so nobody know what her son is doing. She was opening herself up to let everybody know, pray for my son. And this is how he paid her. The mother said she trusted that my son would never do that to me or anyone. My family has been very supportive, visiting me in the hospital every day. And it definitely helps with the emotional pain. So that means she's there. She wasn't there just for a visit and then go home, because she don't look like she could go home right now, because she is badly beaten. This mother is badly beaten. She probably got more injuries than we know of. Just looking at her, he was beating her head. And he don't look like he's a little guy either. Look at him. Oh yeah, on here also on his mugshot, you see where it say abduction of a person with intent to defile. Simple assault and battery. There's him, guys. That's him. Okay. It says Melvin is charged with RAPE, robbery, and kidnapping. If convicted, he faced up to life in prison. I'm gonna clap on that one because I don't think this demon need to get out. I don't clap when people go to prison, but I'm clapping this time. This is my first time because I don't think he ever need to get out. I don't think he ever need to walk the street. I don't think he should ever be able to run around and go to lay down and get up and go eat some eggs in his kitchen and take a shower in his house or his mama's house. I don't think he should ever be behind the wheel of a car. I don't think he should ever be able to be free where he can do this to someone else, another child again, or another female or woman, or his own mother again. He should stay in there with no bond. He don't need to have no bond. Bond zero. No, you don't get out. You do not pass go. I think he needs to be in there. And this is one time I'm actually voicing it like this. Because a person with the crimes that he have committed and the things that he have done, I'm not saying all people deserve this, but this person, leave a comment. Make sure you all leave a comment when you watch this video. I want to know how you feel about it. What do you think? Leave a comment in the chat as well, guys. Tell me, how do you all feel about this one here? If you in the bushes, come out and just leave a comment, guys, because this is disturbing for anybody. I don't care who you are. This is very disturbing. And I don't think he should ever walk free. But what happened to Trina may have been predicted. Media Takeout did a bit of digging, and Melvin has been in and out of jail all his life. In just 1 year prior to the alleged assault on his mom, Melvin was arrested for allegedly raping another woman. Shortly after the charge against Melvin was revealed last year, his mother, Trina, took to Facebook and asked people to pray for her son. At the time, Trina told the followers that the enemy was trying to destroy him. Oh, my Lord. Now, that part where she said the enemy is trying to destroy him, I have not read that part. So that's taking me back. The enemy. What enemy? The enemy inside of him? Is that the enemy you're talking about? What's inside of him? Because I don't see anybody out there. I don't think there was anybody out there trying to destroy him. In my opinion, I think he was trying to destroy other women. Because I don't see no men that he was doing this to. I haven't heard no men, but we're going to watch a video on it. Okay? This is what Trina Daniels said. This is what she said in Facebook. Okay? So Guys, like I said, this information is going to be down in my description box below my video. So you all can get a chance to see what she said. And I think what she said was what any mother would say. But I don't know whether I would go on Facebook and say it or social media and put it out. Maybe talk to a best friend, a good friend, or family members about it, or maybe my husband and his sisters or brothers, family members, okay, and friends, close friends. But I wouldn't go out there and blast this over social media. Just me. Some things are left unsaid. But you know what he did. And I would never leave this man around no small grandkids, nieces, nephews, anybody that's too young. Now I wouldn't even leave him around teenagers because he got a fixation for 13 years old kids too. He got a thing for these young people. I would not leave him around anybody younger than 21. You got to be older than 21. And I probably still wouldn't trust him around a woman, even if it was a family member, at the house by himself with her. I wouldn't even trust him around his own sister if I got to go somewhere. No, you got to go. Or sister is coming with me. Somebody got to go. Either you go on home, son, or you got to go find somewhere to go because I got to leave the house. Or daughter, you got to come with me because you ain't, although you're grown, but you coming with me because I'm not leaving you in the house with your brother because I know what he is. If he can do this to other women and kids, you ain't no exception. And just like mom was no exception. Ooh, Lord. I told y'all, that's why I told you all this is hard. This one is very, very hard. Okay. If a woman was a mom and my son RAP'd before, he'll be disowned. He would be disowned. That's someone named Paris that's saying that. And that was 26 minutes ago, I guess. Okay. But it said, Trina Daniels, she wrote this in September the 14th, 2022. That's just, oh Lord, what? What is that? 3 years ago? This time? 3 years ago? Exactly. In September. Lord, okay, I'm going to read what she wrote, okay? It's going to be hard, but guys, you got to listen. Lord, I'm praying, calling out and lifting up my son. God, let me get a little closer so I can see it. Okay. God, you loaned him to me, and I declare and decree that no weapon formed against him shall prosper. I cancel every assignment of the enemy that seeks to destroy him. I plead the blood of Jesus over him. He shall live and not die. And I declare the work of the Lord in the land of the living. He should be successful. He should prosper. He shall receive favor in abundance. I boldly anticipate and declare it done in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. I got a lot of problems with some of the words. Not her love for her son or nothing like that. Just some of the words. We're going to talk about that once I finish. I challenge all mothers of young or adult sons to report. Not report. To repost the prayer of the righteous. She wants all mothers of young sons or adult sons to repost this. Oh my. So I guess he read this, and his fear is not that it's just on his mother's page, but she is asking for people to repost this prayer, this the prayer of the righteous. She asking people to repost this. Much moms, there is power in our prayer for our sons, and God, our Father, hears us. Join me and pray for our young boys and young men in Jesus' name. Emojis, heart emojis, blue all across. Now, let me help you all with this. What I said, I got a little problems with this, right? So that's what we getting ready to do right now. I got a little problem with this. I don't have a problem with Miss Daniels, Trina Daniels, love for her son and what she was trying to do. Oh no, I pray for her. I'm praying for her. But that son, I would not lift a finger to pray for him. I would not bend a knee to pray for him, because he's a demon. He's demonic, in my opinion. He may not be, and y'all got to remember, I don't carry no license to say I'm a doctor. I never went to school for it, nothing. I'm just a housewife, and that's just my personal opinion. Okay? Well, she said that, let me see, what was it? The enemy or something trying to destroy him. Let me see. I cancel every assignment of the enemy. Okay, here it is, right here. I cancel every assignment of the enemy. Mine's pick up at where it says the enemy that seeks to destroy him. What enemy? Only enemy I see is himself. He's the enemy of his own self, or unless you're talking about the devil. Because the devil got so many demons around that doing his dirty work. No, unless you're talking about the devil or some more demons. Because I don't think those young kids girls was trying to destroy him, and I don't think those women put themselves in harm's way to be SA by him to destroy him. I don't hear no men being called out. I don't hear him saying nothing about he was trying to attack a man or a boy. I heard nothing but women. So I don't think they was trying. Okay, I'm going to continue. Melvin was out on bail for the 2021 alleged SA. While he reportedly attacked his mom, he was charged with kidnapping and SA in that case. And that means SA means SEX, assault. Okay? And here he is again, guys. That lunatic. Okay? That's the lunatic. Let me see what they says. No. That's the lunatic. Y'all get a good look at that lunatic. Look at his poor, helpless mom. She don't look like she would do anything wrong. Even under the bruises, I can see that she was a good woman. Up under the bruises. Up under all the scarring. Oh. Guys, I told you about I was going to do this story today. Remember? Okay, now let's go ahead and see what we can watch on this. Now, let me just say, if you're in the chat or in the bushes, make sure you all hit that like button. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. Thank you, guys. I would appreciate it. Let me find that video on it I had. Oh, let me see. I'm going to probably do it this way again. Because I'm looking for it and I don't see it. Oh, I think I I put it somewhere. That's okay. All right, we're getting ready to watch the video on it, guys. I told you that was hard. I told you this was going to be a hard one. And I said it was going to be hard. Let me see. Oh my God. This is a 2-minute video. Yeah. Oh Lord. Let me okay, let me see. I had it somewhere. I'm looking for the story. I'm looking for it. I don't know. Newly released video showing mothers. That's what I'm looking for. Let me see. I'm trying to find it, guys. I am. She just. Let me see. I had it somewhere. Where is it? That's what I'm looking for, guys. I had it already pulled up. But if I can't find that, then we'll just go on to oh, I can take this one down again. Okay, just give me 1 second, guys. British judgment. Okay. This is 8 minutes. Okay. I guess. Okay, I'm trying to figure. Oh, that's 4 minutes. Okay, tell you what. We're just going to go ahead and do this one here. Okay. I'm trying to get it, guys. Just give me a second here, because I know y'all know me. I try to keep everything at a certain time. Okay. Okay. Seems like I'm going to have to do the one. I really didn't want to do this one. Here, this video. I had another one already set aside for us. Okay. I guess we're going to have to just go ahead and do the one I didn't want to pull up. Okay. We can go ahead and do it again. Okay. We'll just go ahead and do it. It's only 8 minutes and 9 seconds. Or that one, I really didn't want to do it. We got, oh, well, we can just finish up with, let's do it like this instead, because I want to make sure I got the video right. I don't want to put it up here unless I can find the video I had, because I don't want to put up the wrong video that could call somebody to say I have to take it down. I'm very careful about that, and I don't like taking a risk like that. I really don't, because the videos I do, I don't have to worry about that. That's why I don't put up just no. Well, don't worry about it. Let's continue to watch. Remember how we was watching the part on David when he was explaining. We're gonna go back to him for the next 15 minutes. Remember how we was watching the part on David, how he was explaining his take on the videos, the one where body in the trunk, and then the one that says the other song that he did, which is the, you have to go back, guys, romantic homicide and everything, the one body in the trunk, and then it was another one, but anyway, we're going to go ahead and listen to him try to explain this, because basically he's no more than acting it out. But they're going to pull these videos and they're going to pull these tapes and see that, okay, he had Celeste during that time when he was making these videos. Oh, yes. And on tour singing these videos while her body lay unalived in his 2023 Tesla trunk. Oh, yeah. So let's go ahead and just get the last 15 minutes of this, because this is the video we was watching earlier today, and we didn't finish the video. Okay, I ended the video, so I'm going to try to go back to where we left off. We saw this part where he said about 500,000 subscribers or something, looking mad and serious, and I'm like, okay, let me see. I'm trying to get to a part where we didn't see. I swear it was like, okay, we saw that part, that Kung Fu Dragon thing. And we saw this part where he was talking about he got fired over $14. Oh, I thought I was showing it to you all. I'm so sorry, guys. This part, he was talking about how he got fired over $14. And then this part here where after they fired him, then they did a mass firing of everybody that was using that code to get them a hamburger. See that, the $14 sandwich? Yeah. So we saw that part. And then he was saying, we saw the part where he said, I was working like 5 to 9 or 9 to 5. And he only supposed to be working part-time, but they had him working full-time because they were short. So let me get past that. The chipmunk thing, we saw that where he said he changed his voice. So I'm going to go past all that to get to it, because he's talking about the different songs and things that he did. And we saw this part where he was talking about the number of subscribers he got. So explore, let me see, it was a cool little story. Okay, we saw that part. Information, I'm trying to get to what we haven't seen. If anybody in the chat, so we was almost done with this. Active parent all the time. I don't know that we see this part, but we're going to start right here, okay? And maybe we get a chance to finish this video up and everything, maybe. So I'm going to go ahead and start it here.
They're the most active parents of all time. Like, they are there for their kids 100% of the time. And yeah, I love my parents so much. I make music for the people to take whatever they need from it. I don't push it specifically like, oh yeah, I said this and this song, that means that's the only thing it could possibly be about. But nah, I just make music, and if you need whatever you need from that song that you can apply to your own situation, I feel like my job is done, to be honest with you. So my goal is just to keep making better music.
David, stay focused, keep your heart pure, and keep your morals, and don't change for anyone.
I forgot how dramatic this was, bro.
Love ya.
They acting like I'm dead. I'm scared. That's tough. Yeah, I like this documentary. It's a really good introspective, like, look into like my personal life, my family dynamic, and things like that. My parents were very big on gospel music and classical. I didn't listen to my first song that wasn't gospel or classical till I was like in 6th or 7th grade. I was like 13 at that point. And the first song that I heard was Gucci Gang by Lil Pump. Oh my God. I remember I was on a bus and some kid was blasting it in his speaker. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I do want to listen to some other music today. So I was like, what is that, gang? What are you listening to, brother? And he was like, oh, this is that hot stuff, bro. You gotta listen to this right now. Download SoundCloud right now, big bro. I was like, all right, but I'll download it. I downloaded SoundCloud, and then I got into Lil Pump. I got into Smoke Perp. I got into XXXTentacion and Ski Master Slump God, and like all the underground Playboy Cardi too at the time, Lil Uzi Vert at the time. And then after that, it was kind of just me and these underground rappers I was listening to. I remember I came home and I showed my little brother, and his mind was blown, bro, because he ain't listening to nothing else either. Like I remember showing him, I showed him Location by Playboy Cardi, and he was just like, it was like a kid in a candy shop. Like he was just going crazy. And he's to this day, he is Cardi's biggest glazer. Like he is so, 2024 music. Oh, I'm Vamp, I'm Opium. Oh, 20. Like he will not shut up about Cardi. He's so annoying. But yeah, after that, I started playing Fortnite once the game came out, and that's when I really started getting into like different genres of music. So I think the first band I listened to was The Neighborhood. Somebody had put Sweater Weather in one of their Fortnite montages. I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like there's guitars, like people play guitars on music. And I didn't know there was more than just making beats. There was actually playing instruments in different ways. And I got into like Clairo after that. It was Wallows, Deftones, Nirvana, Remy, Wolf, Dominic Fike, Weezer, Bon Iver, Mac DeMarco, like just all these things at the same time. And it felt like a cultural reset in my head for like all the things that I grew up on, and then having all these different things I'm being exposed to, and it's shaping the way that I viewed music. And I've kind of only viewed music from a certain lens because I was in church choir and I was listening to purely gospel and classical, and it was very fundamentally structured. Not basic, but it was very standard, like just standard music. This is how music's supposed to sound. But there's so many abstract sounds out there and different ways to view music and so many creative ways to make it. And I found like ambient music and all these different things. And it kind of just threw me for a loop and how I listened to music and how I perceived it. And it helped so much when I started to make music too, having these just things that I've been listening to in passive listening for so many years, kind of shaping my sound subconsciously too. Because like the first genre that I went to was that Billie Eilish type ballad stuff, and then I went straight for indie. Like I didn't do like the hip hop thing or the rap thing. Like I tried that afterwards, but the first thing I gravitated to when I started making music was just like the pure indie rock bedroom pop sound, and it's kind of been my mantra for all these years. And I'm still evolving and expanding upon that sound that I had only heard of 4.5, maybe 5 or I think it's 6 years ago now. So yeah, I was put on the music very late. I was very behind on my peers. When people bring up music, I'm
so he said 6 years ago now. During that time, 6 years ago, he was still during that time. 6 years ago, he was still Celeste. Was in his he had Celeste on the brain. He was grooming. He was doing nothing but grooming. Older men know how to groom little kids. That's why a lot of the industry, whether you're in Hollywood or rap or old school or just the regular music, R&B, soul, they still groom you. For some men, not all, but a lot of them, majority of the time you get groomed because they want to mold you before they use you up where you can. Oh, it's just sadistic.
So many songs. Yet I remember someone told me about how some of my songs sound like they're inspired by this artist and that artist. And when I was going through these label meetings, I was like, yo, I've never heard of that person, gang. But I listened to them and like I'm seeing the connections. I remember the first reference I got told was Cigarettes After Sex. When I had the very slow core kind of guitar in the.
What did he just say? Did y'all see that? Cigarettes After SDX. Okay, when I was going through these label meetings, when I was going through these label meetings, you know, you got to go when labels want a sit down meeting with you. And I could have sworn he said something SEX.
Going through these label meetings, I was like, yo,
I never heard of that person's game.
never heard of that person, gang. But I
listened to them in like,
listen to them and like I'm seeing the connections. I remember the first
reference I got told was
cigarettes after sex.
Why would he say that? He said I was told cigarettes after XEX when I had this. I just go back so we can see it in its context.
Someone told me about how some of my songs sound like they're inspired by this artist and that artist. And when I was going through these label meetings, I was like, yo, I've never heard of that person, gang. But I listened to them and like I'm seeing the connections. I remember the first reference I got told was cigarettes after sex. When I had the very slow core kind of guitar indie bedroom pop sound for like Here With Me and stuff like that. I was like, yo, I never heard of that, but that's so fire. And
So he's a kid well, I'm talking about not a kid, but he is talking to the label people of in the industry, right? And these are older people, grumpy old men, or if not grumpy old men, if they're younger guys, younger than being old, then already been groomed. So they know what you got to do to get in. Because they had already been groomed allegedly, in my opinion, and then they got to help groom this person for the grumpy old person. So why would you bring that word up, SEX?
These different bands after the fact of me making songs that sounded like these people that I've never heard of. So it's kind of just cool to kind of see my musical growth in different areas and different genres that I never even paid attention to before. So yeah. And this is a tour with SZA. Yeah, I love like all the clips from those shows. It was such an honor to just be a part of that tour. I remember when I got the email that I was on, like I was just leaping for joy because it was kind of like a rollout to that too. I remember SZA had mentioned me in 2 other interviews before then. She was on a Billboard interview where the interviewer asked her what her favorite artists are, and she included me as one of them. She was like, that D4 kid, that guy that makes like the emo beautiful music. And I was like, yes. And then was super viral on TikTok. And she was literally in Hawaii with one of her friends and she heard my music in like a shop. And she just asked the cashier who was playing. And it happened to be me. And that's like the most craziest random thing ever. Yeah, I remember I got to the first show and the first rehearsal. And I was just completely stunned by the size of the venue. I was like kind of intimidated, but kind of not, because at my shows, like I have to look at people, but like when it's a venue of that size, all I gotta look at is lights and phones. So it's like I kind of just really gotta focus on singing for real. And the first show went super, super well, went super viral on TikTok because I had this moment at the end of Romantic Homicide where I kind of do this belting thing that's not in the OG version of the song. It's like specifically for the live version, and it was so viral. Like every single night there'd be another viral clip of me just hitting that note every single night. I love the fact that SZA's fans are like my fans too. It was such a perfect mashup of people because the groups of people that didn't know me, you see, as soon as I get off stage, everybody would go on their phones like, look up who's that guy, who's that guy, who's that guy, because they know the songs, but they didn't really know like the artist. So they would hear it here with me, and the entire arena would be singing it, but they'd be like, oh, that's him. So it would be like a collective, oh, that's him. Go on your phone, follow me. I'd see all the notifications. Everybody's posting me on their story, and then it happened like that every single night. And it was just such a great like artist development kind of stage to be able to gather fans that already were fans of the music but weren't fans of the artist yet. So kind of capitalizing on that opportunity, and we're just like being around SZA was so awesome. Her aura is amazing. I remember as a tour gift, I gifted her these sound bowls. She's really she's a fan of sound bowls, so I got her some sound bowls and a cake. And yeah, we just had a great time. She gave me some advice on just like being true to myself and being true to who I am as an artist, and never like changing what I do to not people please, essentially. And she's done a great job of that in her own career too. Like everything that she does, I can tell is for her and for her only. And if people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. She don't care. So just like internalizing that has been a great big thing for me in my music making process leading up to this album as well, making sure that I'm focusing on like what I want things to sound like, and not, you know, being tainted or letting my sound get adulterated by outside opinions and thoughts and viral trends and stuff like that, and just being really true to my music and how I want it to sound. So it was a great experience overall working with SZA, and thank you so much for that tour. Again, it was honestly a vacation for real. And I got to watch 25 free SZA shows. Like, that was so fire. This is how I made the song for Invincible. Right here we got the main characters, Mark and Amber. This is like their little date when they started dating. Mark had just told Amber he's invincible, and he's like okay with showing her his powers now. And I was talking to the music supervisor of the show, and I've been a fan of the show for so long. I've been a fan of the comic books for so long, and I remember him showing me the scene for the first time. He was like, he needs something that feels very light, full of life and floating and full of like adventure, and it's whimsical and makes you want to dance and stuff like that. And I had a vision in my head for this scene because I saw the previs where there was no color, it was just like the drawings and the sketches. And I was like, I want to make a song that feels like they're listening to it in the show too. So I went with this like faster paced rap kind of verse, and the hook kind of like lifts up and takes you to a whole different dimension. But yeah, let's keep going. And then in the visualizer, I see Tommy with Amber, basically like saying that Tommy stole Mark's girl because he's a menace. Just like an inside joke with me and the fans. They only know that, the Invincible fans and my fans. So this is a Tommy watching the TV show with Amber. And then boom, Omni-Man pulls up. So Omni-Man is a Viltrumite. In the show, there are these superhuman beings that are supposed to take over Earth. They're called Viltrumites, and Omni-Man was posing as a superhero for many, many years before his Viltrumite DNA kicked in and he had to take over the planet. But we put him in the visualizer to fight Tommy because, he just has he wants to kill everybody, basically. It's just a cool little self-insert from the show. Now you see us fighting in the background while the scene is playing.
Let's see, is he gonna talk about? Oh, he just.
This song is Fire Fuego. This whole thing is just insane to me. Like, this is such a full circle moment as well. Callie Uchis was one of the first artists to ever co-sign me back in 2022. She was on TikTok live singing Here With Me, and she was like, oh my God, I love this song. That's so crazy. Yeah, so the way this song came to me was I had made a few songs in Houston. I was making a bunch of songs just in my closet on some real DIY stuff, just trying to get back into like my core sound, trying to get back to the core way I made music back on BandLab. And I got sent to Beatpack, and this was a part of it. I was just like playing Call of Duty and just like freestyling. And I sang this hook, sang the verses, and I was trying to get this kind of bedroom pop, super indie core vibe. I was trying to recreate like the sauce from Here With Me or Romantic Homicide, because that's what SZA likes, and that's what Callie Uchis likes, and all these like big artists that kind of co-sign me. That's their favorite stuff for me. And then me and Callie got in the studio, and we were working on a couple different ideas, and we left. And I was like, you know what? Maybe what we did is okay there, but maybe this kind of works. So I just sent her this, and I was like, yo, I had this song that I just made a couple weeks ago. If you just want to throw a verse on it, if you resonate with it. And she loved it. She fell in love with it. Literally the next day, she recorded a verse on it. She sent it back. I was like, yo, this is quick. She's quick with it. You really did like it, and it was insane. I love the verse. Like, she literally sounds like a Disney princess on this one. And it kind of, like you said, it does like kind of go outside of her normal zone, which is super cool. I love when artists kind of just go for it, and she really just went for it with this verse, and I love it so much. But yeah, the music video.
How many? Let me see. This is almost over. Let me just go ahead and let it play.
Themes, you see like the red thread and things like that. All that is very intentional with the themes of the project. But yeah, this is how I made the song with Callie Uchis, and it's super fire. And this is the debut album, Withered. Beautiful. Yeah, Withered, the project, the album, the debut. Basically, this trailer kind of encapsulates all the themes from all the previous music videos and kind of the new aesthetic that I'm pushing for in this rollout. All the music videos are connected in this rollout as well. So where did it go wrong?
Let me see.
supposed to be limbo, like the purgatory afterlife kind of thing. That's where all the red strings are. Like, there's so many red strings because it's just like a limbo period. Me and Kat, for this project I've been working on for so long. I made half of it in London, which is awesome because I love London so much. The sun is out right now, but when I was here, it was very gloomy. I love it for its gloominess. Like, I had to get away from the US for a bit because when I made the first 3 renditions of the project, when I made R&B, I made the pop version of it, then I made the rock version of it, and nothing really stuck. So I had to get away from it. I came here with 3 of my friends, Scott James, Jack Kennebec, and Lucho, and we made a song a day for 2 weeks. We stayed there for 2 weeks and made a song a day, and we tried our best to beat the first song, beat the second song, beat the third song, just make the best music possible in that 2-week period. And we came out with a really great project. And after that, I went to Houston, of course, and I made another song a day for another 2 weeks there by myself, just to see how I worked with people, how I worked without people, how I worked by myself, how I worked with producers and things like that. And I documented the entire process on camera, just to see my just creative process with and without people around me. And the project was completed after that. It's so crazy just to see the fans ask for an album for 2.5 years. I'm like, yo, I'm working on it. And you think that every single day of every passing day of 2 years, I'm working on the same project. But no, I literally made 3 whole different albums. And the final project I was literally made in a month, like 3 weeks in London, or 2 weeks in London, 2 weeks in Houston, just 4 weeks, just like that. And it was done. Turned it in right after. So yeah, it's going to be super exciting to see the reception of this project too, because I have so many different genres and I have so many different sounds and I do so many different things with my voice, and I just hope it's received really well by the fans. I know the fans are going to love it, of course, but it's just like catching those outside people that are not yet in the world and trying to capture their attention as well. And I hope with the visuals and everything that we're putting very carefully together, putting a lot of intention in, I hope it is perceived very well.
Okay, that's it, guys. On that video, we happened to make it to the end. Okay, we actually made it to the end of that video, and then the other one we played earlier. So that makes me feel good, knowing that we got to the end of those videos. I will be going live tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. I will be live. I'm going to try to catch up on another video that I have been planning. We're going to catch up. We're going to actually, any breaking news, of course, I'm going to take care of. Okay. But I do plan on doing the video about Sweet Daddy, another cult. Oh, okay. This is y'all just going to have to see it. I've never seen nothing like this in my life. Never heard of nothing like this in my life. Okay. But thank you all for being here. So basically, I got caught up and you all got the latest news about Celeste. And then also we got a chance to hear what David is saying about his music. You all should watch the video from this morning because it really got into the romantic homicide, the body in the trunk, and it was another one. I can't remember the name, but it was another one. I think it was, he called it his very first one that he dropped, okay? Music that he dropped. But anyway, thank you all for being here. And prayers go out to Trina Daniels for what she went through by the hands of her son. Okay, prayers go out to her. I hope she's much better. I hope she's seeking help and everything, and still got a family around her for support. And that son, just leave him where he's at. Sometimes you got to leave a person where they are. Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.